Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. We are rambling. It's going to be a short one. Going to be a short ramble because I am going to be in the swamp with Sherry at 3:30. Yes. I've got my mosquito wrists ready. I've got my essential oils ready to slap on me so I don't get bug bit by mosquitoes. Me no like mosquitoes. Dengue fever. I don't even know what that is. Okay, so this is going to be short, unless I keep rambling like that. And speaking of rambling like that, say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So Psychic Duck came in second. I put a pride post up on my community page. What do you align with most? And I put in a picture of a whole bunch of people holding hands around the world, unity. And then I put in a poster of the Law of One, where it talks about the densities of beingness and raising your consciousness so that we're all able to live as one. And then I put in Psychic Duck. So what came in first was the people around the globe. What came in second was Psychic Duck. Yay! And what came in third was the Law of One, the densities. And I thought, it's very strange. Maybe y'all couldn't see what that was all about because people are looking on their phones and it was a lot of information, but I thought it would get more votes. Speaking of getting more votes, let's look at Graham Platner. That's interesting. When I read on him a couple of Fridays ago, I did get him winning, but it was rocky. I thought Susan Collins' cards were worse, but none of them had good cards. And I really like Graham Platner as far as what he's thinking. He's going to mix things up. He's not going to be a safe, conventional candidate. I think he's going to really shake things up. Kind of like a Bernie Sanders with a Marine attitude. And I think his Marine attitude is what is putting him in some hot water. So let's just take a look at him again. And who is the main? Hang on, I gotta look this up. Main governor. Janet Mills. That's who I was thinking of. So you have Graham Platner, Susan Collins, and Janet Mills, who suspended her campaign. She didn't quit, she just suspended it. So she may still be on the ballot, but it feels like it is Graham and Susan Collins. But I'm going to throw all three just to see where that is. And I'm just going to do 3 cards to see who has the better energy right now. So I saw Platner's wife explaining her point of view on what was going on in the early parts of their marriage. And they've only been married for a couple of years. She's standing by her man. And I flash back on Hillary and I go, is this kind of the same thing or not? But it felt really genuine to me. I saw Graham on Chris Hayes. He did not seem very comfortable. There was a couple of things that I'm going, ooh, you might have wanted to rehearse that speech a little bit more. But then again, that's what I like about this guy. He's not slick. He's not rehearsed. So, the other thing too I want to bring out, he went to Capitol Hill to meet the Senate. And some of the senators are kind of bashing him. Oh, Fetterman. Holy crap. Anyway. And Schumer didn't endorse him, which I understand, because Platner said, I don't think Schumer should be the leadership. So, okay. Still, I would think that Schumer would endorse the Democrat in Maine, although Schumer said a Democrat will win in Maine. Still, not a great endorsement. Fetterman, can I call him an ass? Can I? Psychic Duck goes, yes. So anyway, ramble. Let's look at Graham Platner. Platner, Susan Collins, and the other one. Who is the other one? It's not a Grateful Dead reference. Janet Mills. Graham. 3 cards for Graham. The Lovers. Normally that's like a MAGA card here, but this is, I think Maine is, he is ahead in the polls, so Knight of Pentacles, slow moving knight. Okay. All right. And then we have Justice. Oh, okay. Throw along with me on this. What is this? Is this justice that he'll be in there? Is it a balancing out? Or is he going to get justice for his past deeds? I think I'm going to need to throw on that card a little bit. What deck should I use? I'm going to use Libby's deck again. With the clarifying cards of that. Oh, no. Sorry, psych. I pulled another deck out, and I go, why am I pulling this deck out? And this deck is my Harsh Truth deck, and this is the Fountain Tarot. It doesn't show up really well on camera, or so I think, and it's hard. It's really hard to shuffle. So, it's big for my little hands. You know what they say, little hands, hard to shuffle tarot cards. That's what they say. Okay, what is it with this Justice card with Graham Platner? What is this with this Justice card with Graham Platner? Is this that he is going to see the end of the road? Queen of Cups. Is he going to see it through to the Senate? 7 of Swords. You know there's going to be shenanigans there. Ooh, 8 of Swords. 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords. So, gosh dang it. See, I'm not getting like a really clear image of what's going on with this Justice. The first card, when I get the Queen of Cups, I'm going, yeah, this is a calming democratic energy. This is my Lotus card. So I say, yeah, he's going to get there, but he's going to be stripped of some of his power, and he's going to have not kind of be restricted in his ability to move around. I don't think this is a prison thing, but maybe as a freshman he's going to be, he's not going to have the power that he thinks he has. Movement, grabbing the reins, taking things. He's strong enough to deal with that. And we get the Sun card. One more, just for clarity. And the 6 of Wands. coming in as a winner. But in this deck, look, he looks like he's going to be skewered a little bit. So I think these cards are good for Mr. Platner. But geez, look at that. Someone is going to try to derail him, which that one woman did. And it's gonna restrict him a lot. All right, let's look at Susan Collins, and then we'll look at Janet Mills. Susan Collins. And the only reason that I'm really interested in Maine is because of, we want to take back the Senate. Susan Collins. Hardworking, 8 of Pentacles. She's got some things going on. Her machine that she's working on is pretty strong. So, she's no newbie to this, obviously. But she's upside down. She's got the Hanged Man here. She's got the World card, completion. Once again, major, what is it with this completion card? Okay, now I'm going to use Libby's. Deck. Meister Tarot. What is this completion card with the World for Susan Collins? If I were just to look at this intuitively, but I have such a bias that it's difficult, I would say Susan Collins is upside down on the policies and her career is ending with the World card. Let's see what this World card clarified by overseas travel. Interesting that she get the World card here. Family and conflict in space. Oh, hey, and NASA told the space station people to shelter in place. Isn't that a good message? Hey guys up there in space, we need you to shelter in place. Where are they going to go? Shelter in place, please. Anyway, they did go into a little escape pod or a transportation pod that SpaceX built. Okay, so I think she's moving. Travel. She's gone. That's what I see. I think she's going to be spending time with family, and then she's got another rocket ship where she's gone. 2 movement cards where she's hanging with family. So I don't think she's going to be there. So let's look at Mills, Janet Mills. Janet Mills. So I read that she says, I have not left. I've just suspended my campaign. I can still come back. I can still get votes. Janet Mills, walking away from sorrow, which she did. The Hierophant. Ooh. She was in government. She was the governor of walking away. 10 of Swords. No, I just don't see her. These 2 cards are too bad for they don't indicate success. They're not bad. They're just cards. Why would you call them bad? Just cards. Okay, one more thing, and then we are going to drop in this and go to Sherry's channel at 3:30. Please join us. So. Let me hit pause. Okay, I want to look at ICE. So the Senate passed the ICE bill where they're going to give them $70 billion. We have a lot of people standing up and out in New Jersey protesting. I don't know when the No Kings protest is going to be. The next one is going to be. If somebody knows, make sure it's correct. I was watching Heather Cox Richardson, and she had to say that there was no rally on the 14th. She thought there was, and she put it out there. So if you know, just double check, triple check that we make sure that we're putting out the right information. So, ICE, they're going to get money. I think it's $70 billion. Drives me nuts. I went to my eye doctor the other day, and whoever said, "Hey, you got cataracts?" I do not. Anyway, and normally he mentions, "Oh yeah, you're getting older, you know, you got a little sign of cataracts," and this time he didn't say it. He said, "No glaucoma." I go, "Yay." Anyway, moving on. He was talking about how he goes into the SLO County prison system to help people with their eye care, kids and women and prisoners, male prisoners. And it sounded like he was talking about going into homeless homes too, homeless care facilities. And he was talking about how his care got sidetracked because of money was needed for wars or prisons or something. And I'm like, why are we shifting our money away from the things that we need in our lives to make lives better for people and putting them into munitions, bombs, things that, anyway, okay, where am I going with this? ICE facilities. So I think, yeah, that some of the money that he wanted for eye care is going towards ICE facilities. So Mullins came out and said that ICE training is going to go back to what it was before, because there is no training right now. Let's look at the next couple of months with ICE and the pushback against it. What is going on with American citizens when they come up against ICE? What is the situation with American citizens coming up against ICE? Does that make sense? Is that the right question to ask? Is it going to be more death? Is it going to be protests? Is it going to be we're coming to an awareness that these concentration camps, not holding tanks, not prisons, concentration camps are going to end, are going to fold, or what is it? Let's just do a 411 on ICE and how the American population is going to deal with that. Get ready for a wild ride. We have the Knight of Cups. This guy's riding on a dragon. He's bringing a cup. This is not knight in shining armor, although some people go, check out his abs, man. That is my knight in shining armor. It gives you too much of a wild ride. Okay. And he's getting information from a snake with a forked tongue. So normally it's the Page of Cups that you get information coming from an unexpected place. It's being challenged by the Knight of Wands. New information coming. Let me drop this down. New information coming. Since I am in a rambling mode, I just want to show you. I got a new Oracle deck. It's marinating. Around the World Oracle cards by Swanson Al-Saqain. I know I mispronounced that. And Sue for short. And yeah, so beautiful. Hand painted. As I hand painted, so you can see her artwork there. Pig, when pigs fly. Okay. Pretty cool. Anyway, that was a squirrel moment of the finest kind. Okay, let us keep going with ice. You can probably tell I am not really wanting to read on it because it's so disgusting. At the base of it, the Lovers, MAGA. At the top, and past as it relates, walking away from sorrow. This is kind of a good card. These cards are kind of good, where we are going to get some information that is going to move us forward. The top of the reading is the government. Well, the current government is going along with this. A new government, like the Lotus government, a democratic government, may shift this. And we get circles of support. We get celebration. With ice, we're celebrating that there's some celebration going on. There's a contractual thing going on here. Okay, internally, full illumination, the Sun card, happiness, joy, Two of Wands, something coming to fruition, a decision that's coming to fruition. These cards don't look bad unless you're looking at this card, the Lovers card, and thinking, oh, that's MAGA government, and we're all happy because I was going to go sideways with it. Queen of Swords in the hopes and fears. That some legal issues come in and take the old white man's head and grabs him by the hair and kind of decapitates the movement of what ice is all about. And we get a new truth. We get a new way of going about this. It doesn't feel like ice under Kristi Noem is going to be the same. Coming in as a winner, it's not ice, the ice that we know, but it's slow moving. But I'm getting confusing cards with this slow moving knight. It's slow walking, maybe the money that is going to be coming to him. So what I hear in my head when I just said that is that the government is going to figure out a way to slow walk this money coming to ice. Maybe put some, maybe I'm full of hopium too. And I haven't taken my hopium pills. I've just had a couple of cups of coffee. But I'm seeing that the government may put some limits on ice so that they can't do this crazy stuff that they're doing, that they have to follow some new rule? Is that just me being hopium full? Maybe. But it really, I mean, circles of support, celebration, walking away from sorrow, crazy new ride. You know, and one of the things too that you know is not talked about enough is that when with these concentration camps that are going on, people are fighting back. The cities and towns and the communities where these facilities are in, they're fighting back. They're going, you don't have the facilities, you don't have enough water, you don't have the right electricity or the plumbing to house these people. The other big thing is that there is that they do not have access to legal representation. And that's what we're all about, the rule of law. Well, we were. We were trying to be. Let me do that. We were trying to be. Okay, so stay positive. Oh, I wanted to talk about Hawaii, where they said you can't have PAC money in your campaigns or something like that. I got to do some research on that. But it was a state that said no PAC money in your campaigns. States can do that. So even though the Supreme Court allowed it, the states can shut it down. Come on, states. Get your act together. Anything else? No, we're done. Say goodbye, Psychic Duck. Goodbye, Psychic Duck. See you next time. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.